Hi, everybody. My name is Kirsten Vance. I am co-president along with Kevin Lilly. For those of you who are new, welcome to our band family, and a shout out to the returning band families. We are so excited to have you. For those of you who are new, though, I want you to know that this is called a general band meeting. We get together about 4, maybe 5 times a year, and we discuss the future of the band for the season. I am one of about 6 board positions. The board role is to support our amazing band directors and support our students, our kids, and make sure that they have the best experience in band that they can. So the other positions on the board are treasurer, spiritware, fundraising, concessions, communications, and secretary. While being on the board is fun and exciting, I also want you to know that I am a parent first, meaning I sat there where you are and had all these questions and concerns, and just wanted to know how the process worked. But I also wanted you to know that I am here to answer any questions for you, and so is the rest of the board. A lot of us attend the band practices, and you'll see us all around, and you can come and ask us any questions. And also, I'm going to tell you at the end how else you can get your questions answered. Being a parent of a student in the band has been so much fun. I have volunteered, and I have done concessions and taken pictures and done banquet and hospitality. And so volunteering is such a great way to communicate with your child. I have a daughter in the band, and so we're able to talk about it over dinner and laugh and have a good time. And so it's a good opportunity to just stay connected with your kid. And but anyways, Anne will talk to you about hospitality, and Kevin will talk to you about volunteering. Right now, our board has 4 positions that are going to be opening. We have 4 of us are senior parents. So with that being said, we're going to need some of you freshmen and sophomore parents to end up taking over these roles. And one of the ways we do that is we have you shadow. So if you are interested in being part of our board and would like to shadow for this year, it's all you have to do is email myself or anybody else on the board, and we would love to have you. So with that, I want you to know that the minutes are going to be posted on the Band Booster Club website. And also attached will be a Google form link that you can ask any questions to the directors or to any one of us being on the board, and we would love to answer those questions. So with that being said, here we go with the rest of the meeting.
Good evening, parents. This is Kevin Lilly, co-president with Kirsten Vance. I want to thank you for sitting through our unusually formatted band general meeting this year. COVID has forced us into doing things a little bit differently, and we're trying to adapt as well as we can. I want to take a few minutes to just re-emphasize what you heard throughout the evening. We really appreciate the involvement of band parents, and we ask that you please find some opportunity to volunteer and support your child in the band. Each of the areas documented where they could use help, and I want to emphasize a couple of other areas that didn't get much mention. That would be preparing a band yearbook. This is a new endeavor for us, and we think it'd be a great way to send the kids off with something that's truly their own. associated with the band program. And we also need help with the planning for the spring banquet. This is an annual event. Unfortunately, last year we did not get to have this event, so we'd like to come back strong and have a great one this year if everything works out. Additionally, please take the opportunity to shadow a member of the board. If you've got interest in specific areas of communications, treasury, or presidency, spiritware, any of those areas, we are more than happy to show you the ropes and see if you've got any interest in actually participating as a board member in future years. We would love to have you. We were very excited about this year. It's going to be different. It's going to be a challenge, but we hope to rise to it, and we hope that we have a great time. Thank you all very much for your support, and we hope to have a great year ahead of us. Thank you very much. Bye.
Hi there, my name is Holly Estes, and I am the secretary for our Booster Club. In this role, I take notes at every meeting, and I then submit those as minutes to document what we discuss in each of our meetings. I have 3 children in all. One is involved in the middle school band, but I have 2 in our Prosper High School band. One is a senior and one is a freshman. I really look forward to working with everyone this year, and I can't wait to see what great things our band does.
Hello, my name is Kelly Harris, and I am the treasurer for the band program. I co-treasure this with Denise Broyles, and we are both very excited about our new year. And even though it's been a crazy, wacky year so far, our band directors have been doing a great job of keeping our kids engaged and focused on what this year is going to bring for the 2020-2021 year. I am the treasurer that takes care of all of the incoming funds, and as a result, I'm also very involved with the registration process. And I'm excited that we were able to launch this year the new CHARMS process and move away from the former model that we were using. And I know I've experienced it as both, one of the people that's an administrator behind the scenes with it, but also as a parent. And I found as a parent that it was a pretty easy process to get through registration this year. We currently are sitting at about 25% of our band families that have came in with registration and have fully paid for their fees, which leaves a large number that are still out there. We would ask that all of you that have not done this, please, please, please take the time to register your kiddos and make sure that all of your forms are filled out and that all of the processes that Mr. Holt was gracious enough to outline in the multitude of videos that he sent out, I guess about a week ago, is all fulfilled. We are asking that all registrations and all payments are made by a week from Friday, which is I think September 4th. Just so that we can get all of this done and processed and check this box. We were a little late this year in getting all of the information out simply because it's been a crazy year with all of the COVID stuff, and we needed to kind of understand what was happening with this year versus where we've been with prior years. But once we figured that out and we transformed into the new platform with CHARMS, we were lucky enough to be able to get that released fairly quickly with some reduced fees from where those of us that are aware have paid in the prior years. So as you finish all of those forms and complete those payments, know that there are a couple of ways that you can make the payments. The first is obviously through credit card, and then we added the ACH with check as well. Those are both done through CHARMS as you complete the process. And then the second, or I guess third way, is to write a check and have that sent in to, with your student to the band hall safe. That safe is located, if you don't know, in the corner of the band hall by the director's offices, and most of the students would know where that is, but they can certainly ask anyone in the SLT or any of the band directors and they can help them. The one thing I ask is that if you do a check, that on the envelope you write your student's name and their grade so that I can find them. It's so important that you do that because many of our students carry different last names, and it's quite a puzzle, to be honest with you, especially for those that I don't know because they're incoming freshmen or new to district. I just simply don't know those students, and it makes it very creative and very difficult for me to try to match those funds up. So if you could please do that for me, that would be awesome. I also am a senior mom, so this is my last year. I have been doing both treasury roles and lead chaperone roles for going on my 4th year now, and I'm very, very happy that I did that. I met a lot of amazing and great people, and I will continue through this year to do the responsibilities for both. And although chaperoning is going to look very different because of the COVID world, it still is a very interactive process to get to know all of your students. And we have a great band family with some really awesome students. And so I congratulate all of you on what you've done to bring these students up to the levels that they are, as very gracious and, quite honestly, very polite and model citizens. It's proud to be part of the band family. If any of you have questions around the treasury role or what it's like to be a senior or be a student in the band program as a senior mom, I clearly have some history there, and I'm happy to impart any wisdom that I might be able to share to answer any questions that you guys have. Hopefully I've expressed enough information about the registration to entice you to make sure that you get that completed, maybe even after today's meeting while it's fresh on your mind, or over the next couple of days, so that we make sure by next Friday we have them all in. You can reach out to me at any time. You can catch me through the Facebook page and just instant message me, or you can get me through email, and my email information is on the band website under the board information, and you can reach out to me in that way as well. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for your time, and enjoy the rest of the meeting. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Denise Broyles. I am a fellow band parent. I've had children in the program for the last 6 years, both on the instrument side as well as on guard. And I just wanted to kind of share with you my experience and what I've seen with my kids going through this program. It's the greatest thing they could have ever done for their high school time. It has helped them build friendships that they may not have ever had before. The kids spend a lot of time together, and they build some really great bonds amongst each other, and they have a lot of fun doing it. Another key thing that I've seen with them too that is directly correlated to the band and the directors and their leadership is band requires you to be on time, and on time is 15 minutes early. So time management has been a huge benefit from the program with my kids. And it's really nice to see them kind of taking that ownership and really being accountable, that people are depending on them and they've got to stand up and be there and be present. And so much of that's because of the directors and the program in itself, what it requires of our children. Another key thing that has really been great as a parent is the kids build a community with the other band students, and the band directors are really good about making sure that school comes first. So they're very focused on their education, not only on the music side, but as well as on their academic side as well. And they push the kids to make sure that they are taking care of the grades, and if they're struggling, they really promote the other children, the other band students, to kind of help support each other in that. And that's been a huge help. It makes school so much more fun when you've got somebody to tough it out with you. And that's what band has really brought to them, is it's given them that community of people that they can struggle with and have fun together with. And it's just really so amazing to see the maturity that 4 years of being in the program has done for my children. So congratulations on being a part of it. You won't regret it. It really is the best thing that your kids can do during their high school years. Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Tammy Meyer, and I am co-chair of concessions for the Mighty Eagle Band. And I have to say that I absolutely love working in that concession stand. It is a busy job, so it does take a village in order for it to run smoothly. But it's also one of the biggest fundraisers for our band program, so we're always needing extra volunteers. If you have any questions or you'd like to come join us, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.
Hi, Kristen Sicard, and I serve in the board in the role of communications. My job is to get out messages from the directors, the committee chairs, and the board members as quickly but also as accurately as possible, trying really hard to always get you out one set of information without changing it so there's less confusion. If you haven't already, find us on Facebook at Prosper Band Booster Club. It is an official communication tool this year. I have others helping me moderate the site, so hopefully we're able to answer questions and share information in an easy format for you. Information is also posted on the website, including past band news. They're also on Facebook. On the band website, you can find a link with an iCal link, so any Google Calendar or iCal calendar, you'll be able to sync up with the band calendar. If you need to reach me, I'm happy to help. My email address is on the band website, or you can reach me through the Facebook site.
Hello, Margaret Cox here with Spiritwear. Would like to thank everybody for their recent purchases over the last 2 to 3 weeks. Appreciate your patience. I hope to have all the merchandise in my possession this weekend and get that sorted and ready for y'all to pick up. So watch for communication next week about pickup of your Spiritwear. Probably we'll do it after the Monday and Thursday band practices. So watch for more information on that. Look forward to seeing everybody.
Hi, Prosper Band parents. My name is Anne, and I am currently the hospitality chair for the Prosper Mighty Eagle Band. This time of year is really hard. Doing this on a video is hard. Not being able to be with all of your kids and even my own son this time of year with band is hard. Normally we would be raising up, well, we would have for months now, raising up new leaders in hospitality and teaching them all the ins and outs and tricks and tips and, learning as we go. This hospitality it's a big job if one man is doing it, or one mom or one grandmother or whomever. But when there's a team of people, a team of leaders who are invested in making sure that everything is done and double checked and ordered and ready and, all of the things, it is awesome to see how quickly we can feed. I mean, last year we ordered for 375, I think is how many we ordered for last year. So one man alone, it's a big job, but when you have a team, it's not so daunting. And the good news is the team, myself and 2 other moms last year, we put an extremely in-depth amount of time into making sure that we had a Google account set up. We have kept files, we have kept contact numbers for different restaurants that we've worked with. I have all kinds of material ready to hand off to the next leaders. But here's the thing, I don't have any leaders to hand it off to. COVID has taken that from us. So this is an attempt to help you understand that this is a really important thing. This is an important committee. This is how our kids get fed. It's how they get hydration, especially at competitions. We provide snacks. We do all kinds of things to help make sure that your kids have nutrition. We even came up with a system last year, finally, that worked really well for those kids who have nutritional issues, like I can't eat gluten and I can't eat dairy. So we have a way to make sure that students who have restrictions in their diets can still have food that they can eat, because we don't want anyone to go hungry and we certainly don't want anyone to dehydrate, especially in the heat of Texas. So I just want to tell you, you think, okay, how hard can it be to feed kids? Well, let me give you one scenario, and then I'm just going to jump to the end and, ask Mr. Holt to share my contact information so y'all can reach out to me. But let's say, you know what? Let's just feed the band pizza. Okay. What time are we going to feed the band? What time do they have to get dressed? Where are they getting dressed? Do we have enough plates? How many plates do we need? How many pizzas do we need? How many people can't eat cheese? How many people can't eat dairy? How many people do we have to do complete vegetarian for? What about all of the hydration? What kind of hydration are we going to have? Are we going to have enough? How are we going to get it to the location? Is it going to be cold, or is it just going to be right out of a case? If it's out of a case, it will have been sitting in the back of a car, so it's going to be hot. So we're definitely going to need to have ice. How many bags of ice are we going to need? And on and on and on. So when you're in the moment, if you don't have those things planned out and you don't have teams in place, it can be extremely overwhelming, and there is no way one person can pull that off. It absolutely requires planning ahead, and it requires working together as a team. And I want to show you guys how to do that. My son is a senior. I'm not going to be here next year to help you through all of those things. However, my son might be going to college, but I'll still be here. And it would be my joy to help walk you guys through all of those steps, but I have to have somebody to teach. So I would love to know Who's ready to learn? We have put together an incredible structure for the hospitality team. It's all on paper. It's all ready to roll out. We just need some people's names to put in the positions. And if we don't fill those spots, next year is going to be incredibly difficult. It's going to be extremely difficult to get everybody's kids fed and hydrated for football games, for competitions. We used to do really fun things for band camp even, and we really want to make sure that all of those things continue forward, and we don't want COVID to steal that from our kids, right? Like, they've already lost out on so much. Let's not take this away from them as well. And for freshman parents, I want you to hear me say, your fees will probably go up next year. Not probably, they will, because you'll have competition fees and you'll have all kinds of other fees that we don't have to have this year, that we can't have this year. So when you pay that registration and then you hear about all of these volunteer opportunities, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to sit there and say, I have to write a check and you want my time. I would really love to encourage you to not think negatively about that. But instead, I would love to urge you to consider the fact that these are the last 4 years you're going to have with this child under your roof. Even if they do community college, it's going to be different than it is with them in high school. This is your opportunity to be present, to be a part of their thing without being in their way, without being overbearing. You're still going to be giving them plenty of space to do their thing, but this is your opportunity to be up close and personal. I'm extremely grateful that I said yes my son's freshman year, because I was up close and personal. I didn't miss a thing. I got to be there for all of it, see all of it, travel with the band, all of the things. And that's what I want to share with you guys tonight. I want you to think bigger and consider contacting me about one of the leadership roles within hospitality.
Hello, folks. This is Mr. Holt. So excited to have this time with you to be able to just kind of discuss what's been going on and where we're kind of going on from there. First of all, the year started off great. We're real excited about seeing the kids and being able to be with them, not only in class, but also in sectionals after school, where we're able to all be together once again. That is something that we've missed dearly, and just to be able to be together and kind of work together has been it's good for the heart, and also just great for the soul as we're preparing for the upcoming football games coming up on September 27th. Thank you so much for trusting us and trusting all of our kind of a process going forward. There have been, as you know, many changes since the last time that we met last year, and as it would be as it pertains to comparing year to year. While this may look very different, we're doing our very best to try to maintain as much as we possibly can the sense of normalcy, keeping that normalcy in an abnormal time. But what we're really excited about is seeing how our kids are interacting with each other, seeing how the school is handling kind of this unique situation that we're currently in, and working with administration who've been absolutely fantastic throughout this process. The start of the year, of course, that first week, week and a half, was just kind of getting structures down, getting those procedures down. And I will tell you, your kids have done a phenomenal job of holding true to all of those things. You know, regardless of where you are on the side of this situation that we're currently in with COVID, we're keeping kids safe. And one of the first things is, as directors, as we think about all the different pieces and parts to this year and what we're participating in currently and what we might be able to do, the very first thing that we're considering is it safe for kids? Is it safe for staff? Is it safe for the directors? And then we're dealing with making decisions of what from there, once that very first thing is based upon, and we're able to make that decision going forward. So I'm excited to give you a little bit more detail of what things are looking like and kind of where we're going from here. So we were talking with our design team as early as yesterday, and they are fervently working on the design of our first show, which is the Earth, Wind, and Fire show, featuring two pieces that you are absolutely going to love, and we hope that you are able to come to the football games or watch it through social media aspects as well. But those should be, the design should be ready, as in for field production. Next week sometime, and we're going to be releasing to that kids probably later on in the week of next week, and then the week after that, once we get back from Labor Day, it's on. And we are absolutely going to be putting some things together on the field and having that ready to go by that very first football game. So excited to start to release that more to the kids, and then also to perform that later on at the end of September. Of course, we have been working on the music. We've been working, kids have been doing a fantastic job. It's kind of unique, this situation that we're currently in, because we're working in class periods, and really that's the time that we have to work with students on the particular music. So there's been some challenges there, but the kids have absolutely been stepping up throughout all of that and doing a phenomenal job, and we can't wait to finally release those things. As you guys know, as of last Friday, we sent out the official band registration. And thank you guys so much for taking the time, for those that have already submitted those things. The deadline for that, we're trying to set a deadline of September 4th. For all paperwork and at least a declaration of how band fees will be paid. If you don't want to just pay that all right up, we'll be glad to work with you in whatever way that you are comfortable, you and your family are comfortable doing. What we do not want to do is to preclude anyone because of finances. This is a very unique time, and every family kind of has a different situation. And we want to make sure that we're providing for the students, families, community, and school as we are going through this current situation in the pandemic. So thank you for your attention to that. Again, Friday, September 4th. Is when we're trying to have all of that finished, so that we can take all that paperwork and do the appropriate things. And also, we need to make orders for jug hugs, for garment bags, for things like that, to make sure that our students are ready to go during that very first football game. Kind of so that they are ready to go. They have all of their stuff, and then we look real pro going into that. So let's talk a little bit about football games. Now, we're still in a discussion and working out the details, and as soon as we complete all the details and it's approved, we're going to send that out to you guys. But basically what it's going to entail, I'm just giving you a heads up right now, that there is a discussion, and we are going to be on the bottom section for those that have been to the football stadium before. The very bottom section where typically the color guard was, and also some student kind of the student general admission seating, but we're going to do it on the away side, all right? So this is actually kind of great for our home side, because you're going to be able to see us right in front, and you're going to be able to hear us because our bells are going to be pointing right at the home side. So more details as it pertains to how tickets are going to work, from season tickets to things like that. More details will be coming out during that process once that is released by the athletic department. And that should be coming out in the next week or so, as I believe September 1st is when they are opening up the ticket sales for that very first game. So just keep on the lookout on all Prosper ISD communications, and they will have some more information of how those tickets are going to work. To operate a band program as large as the Prosper Mighty Eagle Band, it takes a lot of people. We need volunteers. We need parent volunteers. Now, this, again, is a very unique year. However, we're still going to need some help in various different kind of venues. Some things that are on the registration, there is a volunteer opportunity page that we're going to encourage you to take a look at. It's a Google form. It goes explaining what those jobs entail. And then you feel free to sign up. Now, if you are going to be a parent volunteer, you need to go through the proper channels through Prosper ISD to get a background check. It's super easy. It's on the Prosper ISD website, and it's actually linked in that form that's on the registration email that goes through the whole process. But basically, it's a very quick process. You submit the information that they're requesting, and then that goes to the proper channels, and then you're notified that you are all clear and ready to go. And we're going to encourage that if you think that you're going to volunteer in any way, and you may not know what you're going to volunteer for, and by the way, there's an option for you to select to say that I don't know where I want, where I should, and most needed, but I do want to help. And check that, because we'll be glad to place you in some opportunities there. But use those opportunities. We need some help. We need some help to make sure that our kids are, being taken care of. The program is being taken care of. And the most successful band programs around, especially large organizations like this, to be honest, it's not the directors, it's the parents that really help out this process. So some things that we're in most need of, we're looking for somebody with maybe a little bit of a media background to kind of talk to us a little bit about what we can do more social media wise, that some people that may be able to come and take pictures during rehearsals so that we can gather those, post those on our band website, and then also include that for another volunteer opportunity, which is the band yearbook. So for those that have students that were a part of the Prosper Band program this past year and years following that, traditionally we've had a band program. Last year we kind of bumped it up a little bit, and we had a section that focused a lot on seniors, but we have some ideas that we want to kind of further that even more, to make that almost more of a traditional yearbook, but band specific, that the kids are going to be able to take with them each and every year, and to kind of commemorate the year and remind them all the great times that they had as Prosper Band member during that particular year. So if you have maybe some experience in yearbooks, or you just want to help in that sense, please consider taking that up as well. Now, there's a few other opportunities, matter of fact, many opportunities for you to volunteer. One volunteer section that we always need the most help and the most people at are the concession stands. Now, there are only 5 home football games, and I'm not sure how playoffs are going to work this year, but currently there's only 5 home games that we're going to need to kind of service to be a part of the concession stands. And there's a training process there. You are not going in there blind at all. There is a process that you will go through, but do want to encourage you to help in that sense, because again, depending on the week, we may need more people, we may need less people. There may be more people that are available during one game, but not so much the others. So this is not something that, if we get enough people, that we're going to need you all the games. It could be only 1 or 2, and you can ultimately choose which games to help out. But please consider to volunteer, because that is something that helps us more than anything, and allows us as the directors to focus on the kids, and that's ultimately why we're all here. On our band website, prosperband.com, there is a calendar drop-down menu, and that leads you to the official Prosper Mighty Eagle Band Google Calendar. I'm going to encourage everyone, if you have not already, to go ahead and go to that Google Calendar, and feel free to link that up to your calendar that you use, your electronic calendar that you use on your phone and home, and sync that up. As things start to open up a little bit more for us, which we are confident that it will at some point, we might be able to start adding more things, more events to be a part of, to participate in. And we want to make sure that everyone is up to date on all of that information. So as soon as that information is official, then we post those dates on the Google Calendar. What we do is that when things are approved, and when we have things that we add onto the calendar, it's not something by the secret of night that we're going to add on. Although you can get notifications if anything does change, we will let you know through band news or other communications as well. So go ahead and check that out, and go ahead and log in and get that kind of sent over to your calendar of choice, just so that you can stay in the loop of all of the things that are going on here in the Prosper Mighty Eagle Band. As what we sent out in band news, and then also included at the very bottom of that registration email, was a list of band supplies. Your kids have done a fantastic job of bringing those supplies in, so thank you for helping them out. There's several things that have changed along the way. As compared to years before. We're asking all brass players to purchase puppy pads. Those just pads that are real absorbent, that what we can do is that when they're emptying out their water keys, that they're doing that on those puppy pads, gathering those and then throwing those away. We always have a supply here at school, but we also are encouraging all brass players to have that as well. They're relatively cheap. It's under $20 for 100 of them, and you can cut up each of the large sheets into 6 different sections. So you have 600, there's plenty, and feel free to share those with a friend. We're encouraging those with the kids as well, because no one really going to need 600 of those pads. In addition to that, we're asking the students to bring their wire stands. There's a few kids that still didn't have their stands, and they've said that they've ordered them, but still waiting for those to come in. But if your student doesn't have a wire stand, or you have not ordered one yet, go ahead and do that. And the reason why we're having students use wire stands is that they're in control of that, and that's one less thing that we have to disinfect each and every time, and provide more opportunity to spread. So we, of course, are wiping down all of the chairs each and every day after every class, to minimize any issues that may occur there. But those wire stands are real important, because they just help facilitate good posture and good sitting position overall. Well, that kind of wraps up my part of all of this little presentation here. At the very end, or actually included in this band news, is another Google form. We love the Google forms here in Prosper ISD. But there's another Google form that, if there's any questions that you may have that we may have not addressed here in this kind of videoed general PBBC meeting, ask us, and we'll be glad to answer those things. We are open books. We are not here to hide anything. And if we don't have any answers, or answer to your particular question, then we're going to find out what the answer to that is. And please know that things still are very much changing, and there's a lot of kind of newness going on. So it is taking a little bit more time, and it's not just in the band program, it's throughout the entire district. But we are here to help, and we're here to answer those questions kind of going forward. So if you do have a question that kind of popped up, please feel free to reach out to us directly through that Google form. And what we're going to do is that we're going to send out basically a frequently asked questions of what kind of a compilation of all of those questions, and we'll send that out in the next band news to answer any of those questions going forward. And then, as always, feel free to reach out to the directors. We're here to help. We're here to answer questions. And we just love being around your kids. It is so great to be able to see them each and every day in person, because that is not the norm in the Metroplex. It is the exception to the rule, and our kids and administration and staff have been exceptional throughout this process. There's, a few bumps in the road as to be expected, but we are here for your kids, and we are here to help them to get through this, but also have a great time doing it. And again, trying to keep a little bit of normalcy in an abnormal time. I wish you guys all the very best. I hope that each and every one of you are doing great. And we hope to see you soon, especially at our first public performance. As my camera just went off, or my light just went off. But our first public performance coming up at the football game, coming up in later September. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.